All right, folks, welcome to the world's famous Jones and Smith video blog on the road again in New York City, although the game's in New Jersey tonight and traffic will be nice getting over there. And Tiger Woods, no, sorry.
Yeah, sorry for the bad setup here as well, because usually in New York we try and get out, hit the streets. Last time we were by the Letterman Theater. The time before that it was Times Square. But I'm telling you, just get a little technical off the top here. It is damn windy today in New York. And the little microphone on the camera would have picked up all the wind. You wouldn't have been able to hear us. So it's not that we weren't willing to brave the elements. We went out willing, ready, and able to do it, but it just wouldn't have worked. So we're here instead on the funky 70s couch. And we were going to, have the New York backdrop, but it would have, messed up the lighting a little bit.
And have a little background music with like Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. Yeah. But
that might have been awkward though with us trying to sing along to that.
No singing.
But speaking of New York, talk is all the rage in New York now after the deals that went down yesterday, especially the T-Mac deal and all the money that the New York Knicks have cleared off now, even if you include the Robinson deal, the Nate Robinson deal. And Jones, you opened the papers today. Especially the New York Post, it's a done deal. LeBron James is coming to New York. Chris Bosh is coming. Heck, it might be Dwayne Wade as well. I mean, it's done, right?
A picture of LeBron in a Knicks jersey.
Yeah.
Come on. Now, if that's not tampering, I don't know what is. Anyway, the Knicks will have only, I believe 3 guys under contract going forward into next year. And rumor has it, if the money and dollar figures are correct, they're probably about $1.5 million away from having the ability to sign not 1, but 2 max players.
Here's the thing, though.
Get worried all of a sudden in places, right?
Well, get worried, but at the same time, having money is one thing. Getting somebody to take your money is another. And as much as you have the ability to sign these max guys, 2 things. 1, you're going to be leaving still a full year's contract and higher percentage increases on the table if you walk. So again, let's use Chris Bosh as the example. And we've talked about this ad nauseum. Bosh stays in Toronto, 6-year deal. Bosh goes to New York, 5-year deal. Stay in Toronto, higher percentage increases. Go to New York, lower percentage increases versus what he would have had in Toronto. It all equates to about $30 million being left on the table a year before a new CBA is coming, and the economic landscape of the league, let alone the economic landscape of the world right now, is going to change in a negative way. It's not going to be as lucrative for the players. So to me, it would be suicide. Now, I would say, Jonesy, you would probably say, a lot of fans would say, well, what about the sign and trade? Okay, great, sign and trade. New York has nobody.
Who you got
3 guys under contract?
Trades for? Exactly.
So how are you going to accommodate these deals in a sign and trade then when you have no assets to trade? So I don't think still it's a home run that suddenly everybody's just going to run to the New York Knicks.
Well, and it was interesting that Miami jumped into the trade deadline stuff at the 11th hour. They couldn't get Amari Stoudemire.
Right.
They were trying to involve the Wizards with the Jazz to try and get Boozer. And Matt Devlin brought this point up a couple nights ago on Raptors TV on the pregame. Does that mean that Pat Riley thinks that none of these guys are moving? LeBron, Bosh, Joe Johnson, his own guy Wade, and let's get ahead of the curve and do something? Maybe. The other thing is the landscape's going to change with the collective bargaining agreement. What happens in the new agreement to old contracts? Are they grandfathered in? They have been in the past, but we hear that there was a clause in the proposal that said, no, once a new agreement goes forward, then all the contracts kind of retrofit.
There's no way that's going to happen.
I don't think it's happening. But I mean, I guess...
but Jonesy, if you just...
I can't see it happening either.
Either one of us are lawyers, but from a legal perspective, if you sign a contract that stipulates X, Y, Z, how are you going to then go back a year later and tell that guy, no, that contract doesn't exist?
I agree.
Or it's not going to be honored the way it was written. You're actually getting now $10 million instead of $13 million.
Absolutely.
There's no way.
Absolutely.
That can't happen.
The point being, though, that with all of this uncertainty out there, New York has this money, and I go back, 11 years ago to the Bulls after the Jordan era. They had all that money, and people did the dance with them, but never took it because nobody wanted to go there and have that huge pressure and responsibility on their shoulders. Now, New York might be able to get 2 guys, but then who are the rest of the people that play with them? Right. It's still a bit far-fetched right now.
This would be my one conspiracy theory, okay? My one conspiracy theory that I would say, and it's not even a conspiracy theory, I think it just makes more sense. Again, let's pretend I'm Chris Bosh for a second. If everybody's saying that it's Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, they're the top guys, and then I'm kind of just sliding into that 1A, or I guess technically it would be 1C, to the 1A and 1B ahead of me. I am not signing, other than in Toronto, I'm not signing anywhere else until Dwayne Wade here or LeBron James here signs first. Because if you think I'm coming in to be Robin to your Batman, but Batman ain't signed yet, that's not happening. Because I don't want to risk the fact that I ink my deal and then you decide at the last second, no, you know what, I'm going to stay in Cleveland, or I'm going to stay in Miami. But this is my little conspiracy. That would be easily worked out with Bosch and Wade together.